Hey, nerdy sports fan here talking week 3 football. Man, I missed it so much and now a few weeks in it just feels right, you know? Everything is changing all the time in the league. We got all sorts of injuries going on that's making every dynamic shift, and that's one of the things I really love about the league. You have to keep your finger on the pulse, and if you ignore it for a few weeks and come back, you got nothing. You have no idea what the hell's going on. So here we're getting into the Chiefs going up against the Ravens, and this is probably my favorite matchup this week. The Chiefs are a dynamic team, and the Ravens are a dynamic team. The Ravens are doing this year what the Chiefs did last year, okay? It's their second year quarterback, really putting things together way quicker than anybody expected, with a talented lineup of people to throw to and talented running backs behind him, with a good offensive line. Weird. I mean, honestly, I think the Ravens now are in a better position than the Chiefs were at the same point last year. That's saying a lot, too. I mean, look what the Chiefs did. Mahomes was the MVP. So, I think the 6.5-point line in favor of the Chiefs is a bit ridiculous. I don't want to go near this game, though. I really don't. Both teams are extremely potent offensively right now. Both teams have talent on defense that you can point to and say, you know, those guys can really make somebody's day tough if they get the right situation. It's not the kind of thing you like if you're trying to lay some money down. So the 6.5-point spread, if I had to call it, I don't think the Chiefs are that big of a favorite. I would bet the Ravens on that. But I don't really think I would bet this game at all. Lamar Jackson has been fantastic through 2 weeks. Hollywood Brown doesn't seem like anybody can really stop him. So I start both of them. Definitely. Andrews, tight end. Nobody was expecting this kind of passing production from the Ravens, but Andrews has become the tight end one. I mean, Mr. Consistent. He's getting 8 to 10 targets. He's catching everything. I mean, the guy doesn't drop balls. And he's a red zone threat. So he's exactly what you want out of a tight end one. And everybody was able to draft this guy in like the 8th round or lower. So kudos to you if you really saw this coming, but more like, yeah, you got a horseshoe lodged up your ass because nobody saw this coming. Lamar Jackson, start, definitely. Ingram, you're going to have to start every week. It's kind of inconsistent right now with who's going to get the ball in the running back room, but you know, he's going to be the one who's always there as the red zone threat. So as much as he's not getting all the carries further up the field, as they get closer to the end zone, he's the guy that's going to be hammering it home. So he's the definite starter out of this backfield. But I see this as a pinball machine game. It's going to be a passing game. So Willie Snead and the other receiving targets deeper down the roster become options. I'd put Snead in the lineup as a wide receiver 3 or a flex option in a game like this. On the Chiefs' side of things, fantasy football-wise, who knows who their running back is? Williams is the best bet. But, you know, McCoy took a lot of carries from him week 1. Week 2, he didn't do a damn thing. So, I don't know, man. McCoy got hurt. Obviously, they don't think Williams was the answer, but I think he's going to be the most consistent bet right now. I stay away from the Chiefs running back room altogether because it's the Pat Mahomes show. And Mahomes throwing to anybody, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, McCall Hardman, they're going to do great, okay? They're going to do great. If you have not picked up McCall Hardman yet in your league, definitely do it. I picked him up last week in both of my leagues, and he didn't disappoint. I thought that Sammy Watkins was primed for a sell high sort of situation. So if you can get good trade value for Watkins now, do it. He's going to get hurt at some point in the season. Hardman was the guy they drafted to replace Tyreek Hill, so definitely focus more on him as the eventual number one target of this offense. So all four of those guys, you got Mahomes, you got Hardman, Watkins, and Kelsey. If I have to tell you to start these guys, you don't know anything about fantasy football. But definitely start the receiving threats on the opposite side for the Ravens as well. Don't touch either defense with a 10-foot pole, all right? They're going to be in the negatives this week. It's going to be nuts. Again, I don't bet this game at all, but if I had to pick somebody, I think the Ravens are going to cover. So take that for what it's worth. But I got the Chiefs winning this game. They're just further along in their process than the Ravens are, and that's really the difference. If this game was happening next year, I might be calling it for the Ravens, but the Chiefs are just better at this kind of game right now because they've been there.